Let's talk volume of cylinders. Now, just to refresh that a cylinder has two circular bases and they are congruent. So when I think about a cylinder, right, and I'm talking about the volume means we are filling it up. So if we think about the area of the base, every line of this has the same area. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the area of the base and then multiply by the height. Right? So our formula is volume equals area of the base. Our base is a circle, so that would be pi r squared times the height. Okay, pi r squared times the height. So we have to know the radius of the circle, which we can find if we know the radius or the diameter, and we need to know the height, how tall it is. All right, so let's do this. Now, wait, one more thing. Pi is exact. So if it asks for an exact answer, we need the pi symbol. We can also estimate pi to be 3.14 or 22/7. Or you can use the pi button, okay? So we have all of these items, which means our answers could be slightly different. For our purposes today, we're going to write our answers two-way, one using the pi symbol and one using 3.14. So those are the two methods we are going to use today. All right, so we're going to find the volume of the cylinder given. We're going to find the exact value. Remember, that means we're going to use the symbol pi in our answer. And we're going to estimate using 3.14, rounding to two places. All right, so you can see we have a cylinder given. We have a 2. And notice that 2 is from the center of the base to the side, which means that is our radius, because the radius is from the center to an outside point. And then we have 8 showing how tall it is. This is our height. So if our volume is pi r squared times the height, we can plug in what we know. So we are going to keep the pi symbol for right now. We're going to find the exact one first. The radius is 2. I'm going to square it, and then times 8. Order of operations says let's square that guy first. So 2 squared is 4. Whoop, I don't know what that was. So volume equals pi times 4 times 8. Let's multiply 4 times 8. So our volume, exact volume, would be 32 pi inches squared. Oops, inches cubed, excuse me. Volume is cubic inches. So this is our exact answer. Now, to find our estimated answer, we would simply take volume, 32 times 3.14. So instead of using the pi symbol, we would just plug in 3.14. When I multiply those together, I end up with 100.48 inches cubed. Okay, so make sure when you are finding volume or area or circumference, anything dealing with circles where we're dealing with the pi symbol, you're going to want to make sure you read the directions of how are you writing your answer, because that matters. All right, let's do another one. Let's find the exact and estimate volume of the given cylinder. We'll round it 2 places just like we did on the last one. Now here, you're going to notice that we are given the distance across the entire base, right, through the center across. That means 10 is our diameter. So it's important to remember that the diameter is 2 times the radius, right, because it's the center in both directions, so it's double what the radius is. So if the diameter is 2, that means the radius is half of that, or we would divide, so the radius is 5. And I know the height is 16, because that's how tall my cylinder is. By the way, just for reference, a cylinder can also be on its side. If it's on its side, the height is still like that, the space in between the two bases. That's important to remember. No matter what direction the cylinder is laying, the height is the distance that joins the two bases. Okay, let's find our volume. Volume, again, is pi r squared times the height. So pi, my radius we said is 5, so 5 squared, and the height is 16. Again, order of operations, I take 5 squared. So 5 squared is 25, 25 times 16. So now I'm ready to just multiply my two numbers together, and 25 times 16 is the beautiful number 400 pi, and my units are centimeters cubed. So that's my exact answer. It's exact because we are using the pi symbol. So now if we want our estimated answer, we take 400 and instead of the pi symbol, we substitute in 3.14. So when I do that, and I multiply 400 times 3.14, I get 1,256 cubic centimeters. That one I didn't even have to round because it just comes out nicely. And that is finding volume of cylinders.